Hey guys, Vic here with Stoke To Santos, episode 12. As you remember, we are in Colombia, and we are one game in. We won that one game, and we are trying to win Division 1 with this team. Make a few alterations. We're going to be rotating this squad like the Dickens, so don't be worrying about some of your favourite substitutes getting game time, because they will be in this squad. And we get drawn up against this fella, just looking to get as many wins as possible. Obviously we're in the big league now, so no guarantees at all. Get up against this dude with a back five and informed Defoe up front, and a pretty decent team. I used to put Tevez in centre midfield in FIFA 12 because he's so hard working, both defensively and attackingly. It sort of works. That putting him in the old midfield role. He's not quite pacey enough to be like an absolute monster up front. So you get all the best of him: long shots, shot power, and passing and stuff, and work rate, without having to worry about him being a bit slow up top. So we get into this game, and you might notice that the highlights are a bit funky, and that is because it was just a bore draw, guys. A big 0-0. Not sure why. I think I'll show you the stats, and I absolutely murdered the fella, but just could not stick it in the net. Perhaps I should not have dropped Falcao for this game. I don't know, but picked up the big D, the big draw in that one. So we move on to 4 points. Going to be rattling through the games in this episode, guys, and I'll respond to a few comments as well. I've written down a few comments from previous episodes. We get drawn up against this team, which is like a budget BPL, but he's got some alright players in there. He's probably just starting off, or he got his account banned or something like that. Yeah, so one comment I got in the last episode was, why haven't I put any Stokies in this team? You know, I was making Stoke players to make them Stoke hybrids in other episodes. I wanted to do a proper Colombia team, or to have a real crack at Division 1, and I don't know if that had got a bit old. You know, like I could have just crowbarred in a couple of Stoke players for this episode, for this squad, but I don't know. The idea ultimately is to go from Stoke to Santos, so that is going to involve, in some way, shape or form, it being Santos and not Stoke. So this is the evolution towards Stoke. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you really want to see the Stoke players back for the last couple of legs of this journey, then they can be. I can get some Stoke players into Brazil. Don't you worry about that. I've got ways of getting things into countries, and I mean that, but I don't mean that. But I do mean that. I can get things across borders. No, I can't. So we pick up that big 3 points in that game. We move on to 7, and it looks like we're comfortably going to avoid the chop, avoid relegation, and we'll get straight back into this matches. Get drawn up against this fella with his Arsenal kit. We have a bit of kit tennis here, but ultimately I win, as you can see there. Get up against this team here. Pretty good team. He's got Kaká and Hulk. Hulk's slightly out of position. You know, he's got that red boot on him. It was a nice try and put him to right forward, but no dice, unfortunately. A dirty tramp, guys. And that warning. That might not be the only tramp you see on this episode. And that's just because I'm going for it, guys. I will try and score good goals when I can. But ultimately, look, I needed that one goal. I needed that 3 points. Because it was a 1-0 win at the end of the day, you know. So imagine if I'd have gone for something spectacular and I'd come off, it'd have been another 0-0 draw. I battered the guy again. I battered him to death with a hammer, but could not score any more goals than I did. But moving on to 10 points, pretty good. And we get into the last match of this episode. We get up against this team here. And again, a Serie A team, not a bad team at all. He's got that Bibiani pace on the left, and El Shaarawy and Cavani up top. Seeing this sort of team quite a lot. And we go behind with a calamitous piece of work. See quite a few of those goals. I scored one of those in my pro, with my pro the other day. A little bit random, but Career Pro Episode 3, How to Make a 90 Rated Pro. If you've not seen that series before, is out tomorrow. You watch this when you watch this, and it'll be out tomorrow. Depending on when you've watched this, it might already be out. Weird, huh? Anyways, yes. So if you haven't seen that series, basically, it's just me showing how I ended up getting a 90 rated Career Pro on the Career Pro single player format. Basically, I've got save points all along the journey of the Pro, and so I just keep like skipping it forward half a season, showing you where I'm at and giving you some tips. Check out the techers on that volley. But yeah, have a little peek for that episode. I'm sure you've probably seen it. But episode 3 of that will be out on should be out on the 17th. So I don't know when you guys are watching this, but if it's beyond the 17th, try and find that video. But yes, we pick up the win. A bit of an epic match, you know. I think we went heavily behind in that match, but managed to claw it back with a bit of sweat and a bit of hard work. Again, we dicked him, but just for some reason we're letting people get ahead, and we have definitely stayed in this league. Thanks for watching, guys.